Well, hello there guys, welcome to Flashpoint Campaign's Red Storm. I've been wanting to play this game for a very long time for you guys, and we're going to be starting on the campaign. Now, I've turned the volume down quite a bit because this game gets very, very loud, and we're going to be playing the Hell on Wheels campaign. The forces of the Soviet Union crossed the border between East and West Germany near the town of Bad Neustadt. The attack had been concealed by months of diplomatic maneuvering by the Soviet Union to get the world to believe it was pulling its combat forces out of Germany and promoting unification. What, in fact, was happening was a plan to put all Western Europe under Soviet control. The Warsaw Pact had been getting weaker, and NATO was getting stronger. Cracks in the Warsaw Pact's support for Soviet policies, along with Western economic stability, had led Soviet leadership to assume a course of offensive action against NATO, guys. So as you can see in the Fulda Gap, the Americans are hard-pressed to contain the offensive there. This is a massive, massive operation here, and we need to try and fight the battle here and defend against the East German and Soviet forces. It's not going to be easy. This is 1989. They can attack an almost perfect tank country. The sparsely forested plains make for rapid movement. All is not in the Soviets' favor. They're going to be in the crosshairs of NATO's most destructive weapons the entire time. The engagement ranges here are the longest in most of northwestern Europe. When close air support is used, it'll be very effective against vehicles and troops. So guys, we're going to head into the battle and hope for the absolute best. So we're proceeding, and of course we're going to take off Fog of War, or we're going to put on Fog of War. This way the enemy can't see us, we can't see them until we actually come into contact. So I think this is going to be important, and we want to go ahead and jump in here. So first things first, we need to go ahead and set up, and this is going to be Hunting Bears is the name of the scenario. I really like it. So we can drag and drop forces into these stacks. Now we've got some very nice M1 Abrams tanks, and I'm going to be putting these M1 Abrams sort of here on the edges of the actual town itself of Buchholz. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We've got these Humvee units that can basically function as scout cars, and they are scout units as well. But these M1A1 Abrams can pretty much hold out against a lot of enemies. Let's put it that way. I'm going to put another one over here on this road. I'm going to bring some more, but some of these guys are actually going to be heading to Holm-Scheppensen. As you can see here, I have a feeling that the enemy is going to try to attack through here as well, and we want to be ready. Another thing to consider, guys, we actually have some infantry units. We're going to bring a lot of them over here. In fact, I'm going to put some in Buchholz. As you can see, they've got Bradleys. They've got mechanized heavy machine guns. They can definitely stand on their own and put up a pretty good fight. So we're going to be moving them into town as well. And I'm just kind of pulling them over here so that we can work with them a little closer. But I want these guys supporting our tanks for sure. So we'll put some more over here. We'll put some of them over here in Holm-Scheppensen. And they can actually see pretty far. We could also put some guys in Holstedt over here in the north, but I think for now we're just going to focus our men over here in this particular town. I'm actually going to put a tank right there. And let's get this battery over here. We'll also get some more of these infantry units, and we're going to be just stacking them near the tanks, of course, as best as we can. Obviously, we don't want to get these guys right up next to the tanks, but closer is better. Let's move this guy, and we'll send him over here to the south as well, to Scheppenstein. I'm also going to move one of our infantry units to Scheppenstein as well to make sure that we hold this area. So we've got a bunch of mostly U.S. units here. We're obviously using the Hell on Wheels division, but I also want to bring these helicopters forward. I'm not going to be using these helicopters right away. I'm probably going to be moving them out little by little. As you can see, I am stacking some units, but I won't be stacking too much because we've got enough units to pretty much cover all of the ground over here, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, a group of veteran Bradleys, that's going to be helpful. Bradleys are actually decent tanks. We've also got some other units we could use here. And, of course, our helicopters are going to probably go mostly in the back. I will also move an HQ division over here to this southernmost village. And we will get started here, guys, on the battle itself. So let's go ahead. We're moving some more guys in. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video if you want to see more of this particular battle and if you want to see more of this game. I love it. I love this game, and I hope that you guys end up loving it too and get the bug here for some Cold War combat. But we're just going to move these guys up, make sure they have an area to shoot from, sort of a platform, as it were. And we will hopefully do pretty well here. I'll get this HQ back here. We can't forget that the enemy also has artillery, so we've got to be careful there. And I'm actually going to move these helicopters. They're going to be the only units I move them up and back. So we're basically just circling the town. I'm going to do the same with this guy, move them forward and back. And again, just circling the town. Maybe we'll go this way and head back. And hopefully this is going to be enough to do some damage. Let's get started, guys. As you can see right now, it's night, haze, fog, visual is only 500 meters. That's very close, especially for the weapons we're using here, but hopefully it's sufficient. Let's go ahead and get started, my friends. All right, we're already seeing some enemy units popping up over the side here. We've got to get ready. ATGM launch, anti-tank guided missile, guys, and we just hit 2 of the BMP KSH and 1 headquarters. It looks like we're also hitting some more BMPs, 3 BMPs, and somebody's going to have to tell me what BMPs stand for. I know there's some sort of armored vehicle, but maybe we'll actually start putting descriptions of these vehicles down below. And as you can see, those Gaz trucks, they're basically just supply trucks. They can move men, material, they can move HQs. Right now we're getting exceptional shots on them with our mechanized rifles. And the way we see that is we can pause here, and we can actually see that our 41st Infantry Regiment is firing 50 cal, 1% chance of success against a T-80, so their chances of destroying a tank are very low. But their chances of destroying other units, such as the the Gaz trucks, etc., are quite high. And over here, we can actually see the 1st Regiment claims 1 T-80 kill, probably from a some sort of anti-tank weapon, but we don't know. So we just have to trust in our guys. Probably a tow, though. Or an ATGM, I should say. Shame on me, not a tow. Another ATGM launch, and a nice hit. And we just got a nice hit on the BRDM, guys. These guys were definitely hurting. 1 dead BRDM. Another dead enemy here. BRDM getting killed, guys, left and right. And they're definitely attacking exactly where we expected them to. Let's just hope they keep this up. Come on, boys. Another BRDM down, and I think we'll get another one right here. And a BMP. I mean, these are a lot of very armored vehicles, obviously. We're not hitting the tanks right now. We hit a few of them earlier. I mean, it would be best to hit the T-80s, but I don't mind getting a few kills on these APCs, these BRDMs. These are all bringing in new troops, and the battlefield conditions have changed to dawn, haze, fog, max visibility, 2,500 meters. This from 500 meters is a major boost, and hopefully our guys are going to be able to get even longer shots and kill some more of the enemy. Open fire, boys, come on. You can see our chopper and the enemy trying to fire at us, but they can't hit us, and we can't seem to hit them. That's why I just like to move this guy out. A little bit of scouting, so he can kind of spot the enemy, move back, and occasionally get a hit with one of the missiles. And you can see the minefield actually just managed to take out one of those units. And we're going to take a look at what the battlefield looks like after just one or a few hours of gameplay. Of course, this is trying to show a few hours of the day every turn. And this is a WeGo game, which means that I play, the computer plays, we're essentially playing our turns at the same time, just like in an actual battle. And there we go, we got 1 T-80 kill, and that was our Abrams. So we actually, as you can see, these Abrams, they can put up a really nice fight. They're an excellent tank, and I would choose an Abrams over a T-80 any day. The problem is, as you can probably imagine, Soviet tactics, they've got a lot of T-80s, guys, a lot. Way more T-80s than we have Abrams tanks, and that always poses some sort of problem. They're really trying to make it into town. We may need to temporarily move this tank right here to the right of Steinbach up north to engage, because I'm seeing a lot of good shots here, but with all of these BMPs and all of these armored cars trying to make it into town, I want to kill a bunch of them. We just killed 2 headquarters divisions and 1 BMP KSH. These are very heavily armored vehicles, guys, and killing them is only going to help us. Most of these BMPs are carrying infantry units, supplies, HQ units, as we can see as well. And killing some of these Gauss units going to knock down some of the enemy supplies, but we need to start killing tanks. There's an anti-tank guided missile launch, and we killed a BRDM. I mean, these APCs are getting popped left and right. It's a good first few hours for our campaign. I also like the strong tank wall that we put here near Seppensbach. Okay, opening fire again. That's an ATGM and another hit. Wow, and that was a BTR, guys. All the way back here. That had to be a few hundred meters. At the range of 2,556 meters. Holy crap, that's got to be a record. Unfortunately, we just took a nasty hit there from the enemy tank, the T-80, and we lost 4 M2A1 Bradleys, guys, and 2 mechanized rifle divisions. This is why it was probably a better idea to put a tank right there on the front road, but we've got to have a few losses, and the enemy's got their own ATGMs as well, and they're going to be using them. I'm just glad they're not aiming at my beautiful Abrams tanks. Stay away from my Abrams. And the Abrams is really the how could I put it, the cream of the crop, the most beautiful tank we have, and really the most valuable tank we have in this battle. And there we go, more BRDMs down. We're going to keep on firing with our helicopter, and we fired with our tank too. I think the tank got a Gaz. Yup, 1 dead Gaz, guys. Now, what I'm hoping is that they don't flank from the north. That's my biggest concern. Delayed 30 minutes. Yup, fire those rifles and that awesome ATGM, and 1 BMP KSH destroyed. Just running down their infantry. And there is our beautiful Abrams firing. An M1A1, 2 BMPs, 1 HQ, and 1 mechanized rifle division. Guys, these guys are doing incredibly well, although I don't like that T-80 is getting close to town. Our boys should be targeting just that for now. But we are destroying all those Gaz trucks, so it's going to leave a nasty amount of Gaz trucks there. This way, at least the enemy maybe can't resupply. I mean, that's definitely a bonus. But I'd rather our tanks focus on their tanks, especially since they seem to be moving in. They just fired an ATGM at our Abrams. Whew, flew right overhead, thank goodness. And now we're targeting a tank. It's a shot, but no kill. Come on, guys. There we go, beautiful. So our Abrams has killed 1 T-80. It's just a start. But we need a lot of dead T-80s, and we definitely can't let them have this village. So we might need to move this tank either to the northeast or to the southwest. I'm going to let you guys decide in the comments down below if you get this far in the video. And if you like this series, make sure to let me know. We're trying to turn this into a major campaign. It's a game I really like and definitely touches on grand strategy. And if you guys want more information about the vehicles, I'm trying to provide as much as possible. I'll definitely do some research, and we can even maybe do some episodes on the vehicles themselves. That would be very fun, I think. Come on, Abrams. It's going to be a lot of dead BMPs right there. 3 BMPs, mechanized rifle KIA. You guys can actually see in the upper right corner, that's the time elapsed. So there's 7 minutes left now. It's not actually 7 minutes. 7 minutes sort of within the game time, which is slightly less. And we can actually speed up the time. There are ways to speed up, but I don't want to speed up. I want to see every kill we get. I want to see every fleck of damage done to the environment. I mean, obviously, even the civilian areas in this game can get hit, and you can imagine the amount of damage that would cause. 2 more dead BMPs and another HQ, guys. Got to get more of those T-80s. Usually the Abrams do a lot better against the T-80s. You can, by the way, I'm going to pause here so you guys can see what I'm talking about the environment changing. So you can pause at any time, of course, and we're going to zoom in here. Now, remember that group of trucks that were just hanging out? The Gaz trucks? You see all these little red burning squares with fires on them? Those all represent the Gaz trucks, and this red cross represents an infantry unit that's been completely wasted. So we managed to get a ton of kills on the enemy there. That's basically just Cemetery Hill for the enemy, and if we can keep piling them up like that, we're going to do very well. Obviously, you can see here when our infantry got hit really hard, we lost some men over here, and they're in this part of the village, hopefully getting some help from the civilians. If any of them have medical training, that would help big time. But just to give you an idea, and of course the artillery also makes marks, leaves marks, but let's go ahead and get back to the fight. So some of our units are moving back. You know, this is a lot of fighting for one unit, obviously. And there we go, artillery coming from the enemy. And they just fired on an area where we have no more men, but you can already see the artillery damage done to the town itself. So just imagine being a town caught in a fight like this. You would be scared for your life. It sort of reminds me of the modern wars going on right now and how the civilians must be friggin' terrified. Unfortunately, that HQ just got hit by massive artillery. And 2 M577 cavalry units destroyed. It's not actual cavalry, it's just an APC unit, but it's not good to lose those guys. And as you can see, now they're bombing the center of the town, and you can already see sort of the shell holes there. And they're going to hit our infantry unit here. Actually, it might be a recce unit, a recon unit, essentially. Alright, so the tank's going to move back, and honestly, with only one tank, I don't know if he's going to be providing much support to the east or the south. I think we might just have to keep him where he is. And I want to really start getting hits on those M80s, so... Excuse me, not the M80s, what's wrong with me? The T80s. It's been a long day at work, my friends. More Gaz trucks, and I don't know why the tanks love to fire at the Gaz. I think it's just because they're easy to kill. Same with the BMPs, that's one dead BMP, Mechanized Rifle Division. And if you guys take a look here, the enemy tank's actually on the lower end of the hill, so if he's that close, it might actually be a range issue in terms of like not being able to lower your turret down that much if he's on the bottom of the hill. This game takes all those things into account. It's very, very, very in-depth, and it's one of the reasons I love it so much. Another ATGM launch by the enemy APC squads. I know they're not APCs, they're BTRs, because these are Russians. And there we go. The tank is delayed. This is the perfect time for you, this HQ to shine. Come on, man. You've got 2 M1 Abrams tanks. You can get some kills on these T-80s now. And then we got to get that commander out of there. So these are just basically heavy machine gun units. Some of them do have ATGMs, things like that. In fact, just about every unit in the game that's an infantry unit, unless they're a recce unit, has some sort of anti-tank weapon. As you can imagine, there's a lot of armor in between the eastern and western front in 1989, and they prove it in this game. There we go. Beautiful hits there by our artillery, or excuse me, by our infantry. 3 BMP-2Ds killed, and that's mostly done by a Bradley unit. You know, the Bradleys are tanks as well. It's not just the Abrams that we have, but the Bradleys aren't as good as the Abrams. That's just a fact. Beautiful shot there. Gonna hit the enemy BMP for sure. 3 T-80s, guys. No, sorry, that's just 3 T-80s there. We only killed 1 BMP. And if they want to keep going to this hill, we're going to keep getting great shots with the 4th Battalion. 1 BMP, 2 PG down. I think could have easily killed some of our units. Come on, get some T-80 kills, boys. Our tank is definitely trying to kill these guys, but not getting any hits. There we go. We might have some dead T-80s right now, guys. Oh, please give me 2 or 3. 5 T-80s. That is amazing. The Abrams killed 5 enemy T-80 tanks. Those are the kind of kills we need, guys, if we want to defend this area from the Soviets. So we really need to keep up this kind of firepower. And they actually managed to kill one of our mechanized rifles with an ATGM launch. Don't forget, mechanized rifles, they are what they sound like. Yes, they can get out of their APCs and fight on the ground, and you know that can occur. But for the most part, these guys are going to be staying in their APCs and operating from there at distant armored targets like these. And there we go. I think we got some more T-80 kills. 3 dead T-80s. Very nice. Looks like maybe the Bradleys can handle themselves without the help of the Abrams, but only time will tell. As you can see, we've already lost 1 Bradley. They don't stand up as well against the T-80s, and especially not in a close range fight. 3 Bradleys killed. See, that's unacceptable. Alright guys, 5 T-80s, that's once again what I love to see. Looks like the center may be pretty safe if we can keep this up, and then we can obviously move those tanks to the south where I think they're really needed. Maybe another kill? Come on. Alright, once again, that guy's up there on that beautiful hill. I love the fact that he's up there because we get really good shots on that position, as foretold by the massive graveyard behind him. But the fact that it's 9 tanks could pose a threat. 2 more dead BMPs and 2 mechanized rifles killed in action. Man, I'm loving these Abrams tanks. They might just save the day for us. Even the Bradleys are holding up pretty well. And this is an HQ attack. If our HQ gets an ATGM kill, I'm going to laugh. General sitting there with just a massive cannon. That's the end of those BMPs. Now we just have to deal with the tanks. Come on, boys and girls, you can do this. Okay, there we go. No more T-80, and you guys can see that massive graveyard of Soviet tanks sitting right in front of the actual town. So I think these tanks are going to think twice before attacking. That's 1 dead T-80. We've got to eliminate all of the T-80s here. Then maybe we could even flank the enemy with these units if we want to get really crazy. But remember, our orders are to hold this town under any circumstances. We just became aware that the Soviets have attacked. So obviously, I would think we want to play this really safe. If we were in this position as generals, I mean, let me know what you guys would do down below if this occurred. But the way I see it, I think that if this occurred to us, we would have to hold our positions under any circumstances. That would be the most important thing to do. And right now, we are definitely holding. They're barely even crossing the bridge. And as long as they don't get in the town, I'm going to be pretty happy with my performance. But we have to make sure they don't get in the town, either part of the town. Come on, boys. It's a long-range shot. Still love that shot on the truck at 2,500 meters. And there we go. We got another kill on a T-80. He might be pretty far away, but hey, a kill is a kill on a tank. He's got 6 men in his brigade, and that's terrifying. There we go, the scout truck, and this is a recce unit. Gonna take a shot at the tank. ATGM launch from the tank, what the hell? Could actually be an infantry unit stacked beneath him, but I don't see him stacking, so maybe it's the tank crew firing the ATGM. And there we go, guys, we got an ATGM launch from the Bradley unit with a mechanized rifle squad. And 3 dead T-80s. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that hill. Please, enemies, stay on that hill. They think they have the superiority because I think they actually have a little more elevation than we do, but we're just blowing them out of the sky. Or, more precisely, out of the forest. Now, that tank's basically in the town, but he hasn't taken any victory points, and I think he's going to have to get past a lot of infantry units. That's another kill on the T-80s. 2 T-80s gone. Beautiful. And I think we might even get some shots on our chopper, but he's going to be fine. T-80's definitely going to try to fight back. Surface-to-air missile. They're going to try to kill the chopper, guys. And the Kiowa got away, thankfully. That is a Kiowa chopper. So they're pretty good at basically being scouts. I'm pretty sure they can fire ordnance as well, but that's not their primary job. At least not in this mission. There we go. Beautiful shot. 1 dead T-80. I'll take it. I will take it. Although I don't like the fact that this guy's in our village. It's kind of pissing me off. This is our village and we don't want one damn red to cross into it. But so be it. Anti-tank guided missile launch. We're okay. Managed to skid off the top of one of these houses. And the people have suffered enough if you just look at the explosions that have occurred here. Looks like they just got a kill on a Bradley. Another shot by our tank. And that's another dead Bradley, unfortunately. We're going to lose a lot of these, believe me. And there we go, guys. The game resolution phase is now over. The American order phase is about to begin. We still haven't gotten reinforcements, but we're actually due some reinforcements for this mission. And if we just look at the hotspots right now, I mean, they are definitely hotspots. We have destroyed a number of enemy vehicles. I mean, a really nice number. We can see them strewn all across the map. At the same time, we've lost some over here, sort of the dirty south, I'm going to call it from now on. We've lost a few men there, and obviously some nasty artillery bombardments in town that probably are going to put a lot of civilians out of house and home. Those are some nasty explosions. I wouldn't want to be trapped near them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you, Dally, for the images for this. And I hope you guys want to see more, because I definitely want to play more. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.